Wake up. Yes, you. The one who feels like the world has already decided who you are, and what you can never become. The one who has dreams that feel bigger than your current reality. The one who sometimes lies awake at night wondering if you are chasing something impossible. If nobody believes in you, listen carefully. Because this message is for you. Not for the people who already have support. Not for the people who grew up surrounded by encouragement. This is for the person who has been doubted, ignored, laughed at, rejected, maybe even betrayed. If nobody believes in you, good. Because sometimes the most powerful force in the world is a person who decides to believe in themselves when no one else does. History is filled with people who were doubted. People who were told they were not talented enough. Not smart enough. Not strong enough. Not rich enough. Not connected enough. But they proved something powerful. The world does not decide your future. You do. Right now, somewhere inside you, there is a fire. Maybe it's small. Maybe it's almost gone. Maybe years of disappointment have tried to bury it. But it's still there. And if you feed that fire every single day, it will grow into something unstoppable. The truth is, nobody believing in you can be a blessing in disguise. Because when nobody believes in you, you stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for validation. You stop waiting for applause. You start moving. You start building. You start becoming. When nobody believes in you, you learn to depend on something stronger than external approval. You learn discipline. You learn resilience. You learn how to stand alone. And let me tell you something powerful. Every champion has stood alone at some point in their life. Every successful person has faced moments when people doubted them. The difference between people who succeed and people who quit is simple. One group stopped. The other kept going. When people laugh at your dream, it hurts. When people say you can't do it, it hurts. When people closest to you doubt you, it hurts even more. But pain can be fuel. Pain can be energy. Pain can become the power that drives you to prove them wrong. The question is not whether people believe in you. The question is whether you believe in yourself enough to continue when it gets hard. Because it will get hard. There will be days when you feel exhausted. Days when you feel like nothing is working. Days when progress feels invisible. Days when quitting seems easier than continuing. And on those days, you must remember something important. Success is not built in moments of comfort. Success is built in moments of doubt. When everyone is cheering, it's easy to keep going. But when nobody believes in you, that is when your character is revealed. That is when you decide who you truly are. Are you someone who stops when the crowd disappears? Or are you someone who keeps walking even when the road is empty? Let me tell you a secret about greatness. Greatness is lonely. Greatness requires sacrifice. Greatness demands that you keep moving even when nobody is watching. Even when nobody is clapping. Even when nobody is supporting you. If nobody believes in you right now, it does not mean you are wrong. It might simply mean you are early. Most people cannot see the future. They judge your dream based on your present circumstances. They look at where you are now and assume that is where you will always stay. But they forget something important. Every expert was once a beginner. Every master was once a student. Every successful person once started with nothing but a dream and determination. Think about the seed of a tree. When you plant it in the ground, nobody sees what's happening beneath the soil. For weeks, sometimes months, nothing appears on the surface. If someone looked at the ground, they might say nothing is happening. But underground, roots are forming. Strength is building. The foundation is growing. And then one day, the tree breaks through the surface. Your journey is the same. Just because people cannot see your progress does not mean you are not growing. Just because success has not appeared yet does not mean it will never come. You are building roots. Every day you work when nobody believes in you, you are becoming stronger. Every time you refuse to quit, you are becoming tougher. Every moment you choose discipline over excuses, you are shaping your future. But here is the truth many people do not want to hear. Dreams alone are not enough. Belief alone is not enough. Motivation alone is not enough. You must combine belief with action. You must combine dreams with discipline. You must combine vision with relentless effort. If nobody believes in you, let your work speak louder than words. Wake up earlier. Work harder. Study longer. Practice more. Improve daily. Let your progress become the answer to their doubt. Not through anger. Not through revenge. But through results. Because results silence critics. Results change opinions. Results turn doubters into believers. But don't do it for them. Do it for yourself. Do it for the person you know you can become. Do it for the future version of you who is waiting on the other side of persistence. Imagine waking up 5 years from now knowing you never gave up. Imagine looking back at this moment and realizing that the doubt you faced was just a chapter, not the whole story. The truth is, most people quit too early. They stop right before the breakthrough. They give up when progress is slow. They surrender when the road becomes difficult. But the people who win in life are the ones who stay when everyone else leaves. The ones who keep pushing when motivation fades. The ones who work when nobody is watching. So if nobody believes in you right now, good. Let that become your advantage. Move in silence. Grow in silence. Improve in silence. And one day, your success will make more noise than any doubt ever did. Remember this every morning when you wake up. You do not need everyone to believe in you. You only need enough belief to take the next step. And then the next. And then the next. Step by step. Day by day. Until the impossible becomes reality. Because one day, the same people who doubted you will ask how you did it. And your answer will be simple. I kept going when nobody believed in me. Let me tell you something that most people never realize. When nobody believes in you, you are being given a test. A test that separates dreamers from achievers. Because dreaming is easy. Talking about success is easy. Posting motivational quotes is easy. But waking up every day and working toward a dream that nobody supports, that takes courage. Real courage. The kind of courage that builds legends. There will be mornings when you wake up and feel tired. Not just physically tired, but mentally tired. Tired of explaining your dreams. Tired of hearing people say, "That's impossible. That won't work. You should do something more realistic. You're wasting your time." And slowly, those voices try to plant seeds of doubt in your mind. But listen carefully. Doubt is contagious. If you surround yourself with people who do not believe in growth, they will slowly convince you that your dream is too big. Too risky. Too unrealistic. But remember this. Most people live inside their comfort zone. They fear change. They fear failure. They fear stepping into the unknown. So when they see you chasing something extraordinary, it makes them uncomfortable. Your ambition reminds them of the dreams they gave up on. And instead of rising with you, they try to pull you back to where they feel safe. This is why believing in yourself is so important. Because there will be moments when you are the only person who believes. And that has to be enough. Think about the athletes who train for years before anyone notices them. Think about the artists who create thousands of pieces before one goes viral. Think about entrepreneurs who work in small rooms, late nights, and empty offices before their ideas finally succeed. Nobody sees the struggle. Nobody sees the sacrifices. People only see the result. They only see the success. But success is built in silence. Success is built in lonely mornings and long nights. Success is built when nobody is cheering. You have to fall in love with the process. Not the applause. Not the recognition. Not the praise. The process. Because the process is what shapes you. Every challenge you face builds strength. Every failure you experience teaches wisdom. Every setback prepares you for the next level. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Every successful person has failed more times than most people have even tried. But they refuse to stop. They refuse to accept limits placed on them by others. They refuse to let temporary defeat define their future. And that is what you must do. You must become someone who refuses to quit. Someone who refuses to shrink their dream just to make other people comfortable. Someone who keeps moving forward even when the road is unclear. Because clarity does not always come at the beginning. Sometimes clarity comes through action. You take one step. Then another. Then another. And slowly the path reveals itself. Many people wait for perfect conditions before they begin. They wait for confidence. They wait for money. They wait for support. They wait for the perfect opportunity. But successful people understand something different. They start before they feel ready. They start when the odds are against them. They start when people doubt them. And as they move forward, they grow stronger. They learn faster. They adapt quicker. They become the person capable of achieving their dream. Right now, you might feel like you are behind in life. Maybe you compare yourself to others. Maybe you scroll through social media and see people who seem more successful, more talented, more fortunate. And you start wondering if you missed your chance. But comparison is a dangerous trap. Because everyone's journey is different. Some people succeed early. Some succeed later. Some take long, winding roads filled with obstacles. But the timeline does not matter. What matters is that you keep going. What matters is that you refuse to give up on yourself. The moment you quit believing in your own potential, the dream dies. But as long as you continue to move forward, the possibility remains alive. And possibility is powerful. Possibility means the story is not finished yet. Possibility means tomorrow can be better than today. Possibility means that your breakthrough could be one decision away. One opportunity away. One moment of courage away. Never underestimate what consistent effort can accomplish. Small actions repeated every day create massive change over time. A single workout will not transform your body. But hundreds of workouts will. A single hour of studying will not make you an expert. But thousands of hours will. A single day of discipline will not change your life. But years of discipline will. Success is not a single event. Success is a daily habit. The problem is that many people want instant results. They want success to happen quickly. But real success takes time. It takes patience. It takes resilience. And most importantly, it takes belief. Belief that your work will eventually pay off. Belief that your efforts are building something meaningful. Belief that your current struggles are preparing you for future victories. If nobody believes in you right now, remember something powerful. They are judging your beginning. Not your ending. They are looking at your present. Not your potential. And potential is invisible to most people. Potential only becomes visible when it is developed through action. So keep developing yourself. Keep learning. Keep improving. Keep growing. Even if the progress feels slow. Even if the results are not immediate. Because the moment will come when everything starts to connect. The skills you learned. The discipline you built. The resilience you developed. They will all combine into something powerful. And suddenly the dream that once seemed impossible will begin to feel achievable. But you must survive the early stages. The stages where nobody believes. The stages where the work is hard and the rewards are small. Those stages are where champions are created. Because anyone can stay motivated when things are easy. But only a few people stay committed when things are difficult. Be one of those people. Be the person who refuses to quit. Be the person who continues when others stop. Be the person who proves that belief in yourself can overcome the doubt of the world. And one day, when people look at your success, they will say something funny. They will say, "I knew you could do it." But you will remember the truth. You will remember the nights when nobody believed. The mornings when motivation was low. The moments when quitting seemed easier. And you will smile. Because those moments built the person you became. There is something powerful about pain. Most people run away from it. They avoid it. They hide from it. They try to escape it. But the strongest people in the world learn how to use pain as fuel. If nobody believes in you, you have probably experienced some kind of pain. Maybe people laughed at your ideas. Maybe someone told you that you would never succeed. Maybe your family didn't support your dream. Maybe friends disappeared when you started taking your goals seriously. Maybe you failed at something important. And that pain stayed with you. But here is something you must understand. Pain can either destroy you or transform you. The difference is how you respond to it. Some people allow pain to break their confidence. They start believing the negative voices around them. They shrink their dreams. They settle for less than they truly want. But others choose a different path. They turn their pain into motivation. They use rejection as energy. They use failure as a lesson. They use doubt as a reason to work harder. Think about this. Every time someone says you can't do something, they are giving you two choices. Choice number 1. Believe them. Accept their limits. Stop trying. Choice number 2. Prove them wrong. Work harder. Stay focused. And turn their doubt into your determination. The second choice is not easy. But it is the path that leads to greatness. Every champion has faced rejection. Every leader has faced criticism. Every successful person has faced doubt. But they did not allow those things to stop them. Instead, they used them as fuel. Fuel to wake up earlier. Fuel to train harder. Fuel to study longer. Fuel to keep going when everyone else stopped. Imagine what your life could look like if you used every negative comment as motivation. Imagine if every insult pushed you to improve. Imagine if every rejection pushed you to grow stronger. You would become unstoppable. Because the world can only defeat someone who decides to quit. And quitting is always a choice. Right now, somewhere deep inside you, there is a voice. A quiet voice. A voice that tells you that you are capable of more. A voice that reminds you that your story is not finished yet. Sometimes that voice gets buried under fear. Under doubt. Under disappointment. But it never disappears completely. That voice is your potential. And your potential is powerful. The problem is that most people never fully explore their potential. They stop too soon. They settle too early. They accept limits that were never truly real. But you don't have to live like that. You can choose a different path. You can choose growth. You can choose courage. You can choose persistence. And that choice begins with a simple decision. Refuse to give up on yourself. Even if progress feels slow. Even if people doubt you. Even if the road becomes difficult. Refuse to give up. Because success often arrives after the moment when most people quit. Many people stop just before the breakthrough. They stop right before things start to work. They stop right before the opportunity appears. Do not let that be your story. Your story should be different. Your story should be about resilience. About determination. About the courage to continue even when nobody believed in you. And one day, that courage will change everything. Part 4: The Discipline of Winners. Motivation is powerful. But motivation alone will not change your life. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. Some days you feel inspired. Other days you feel tired. Some days you feel unstoppable. Other days you feel like quitting. This is why successful people do not depend only on motivation. They depend on discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you do not feel like doing it. It is waking up early when your bed feels comfortable. It is working when others are relaxing. It is practicing when nobody is watching. It is choosing long-term success over short-term comfort. Discipline is not glamorous. It is not exciting. It is often boring and repetitive. But discipline is the foundation of every great achievement. Think about someone who wants to become strong. Going to the gym once will not transform their body. But going to the gym consistently for years will. Think about someone who wants to master a skill. Practicing for one day will not make them an expert. But practicing every day for years will. The same principle applies to every dream. Consistency beats intensity. A small effort repeated daily will outperform a huge effort done occasionally. So if nobody believes in you, do not argue with them. Do not waste energy trying to convince them. Instead, show them your discipline. Show them your commitment. Show them your relentless focus. Let your work speak louder than your words. Because discipline creates results. And results change everything. People may doubt your vision. But they cannot deny your results. When they see your progress. When they see your growth. When they see your success. Their opinions will start to change. But remember something important. Do not work hard just to impress others. Work hard because you respect your own potential. Work hard because you refuse to waste the opportunities life has given you. Work hard because the future version of you deserves it. Imagine meeting your future self 10 years from now. What kind of person do you want to meet? Someone who gave up on their dreams? Someone who settled for less? Or someone who fought for the life they truly wanted? The decisions you make today will determine that answer. Every small choice matters. Every disciplined action matters. Every moment of persistence matters. Because those moments add up. Day by day. Week by week. Year by year. Until one day you look back and realize something incredible. The dream that once felt impossible has become your reality. And it all started with one decision. To keep going when nobody believed in you. There will come a moment in your journey when something inside you changes. At the beginning, you might chase your dream because you are excited. Because you feel inspired. Because the idea of success fills you with energy. But after a while, the journey becomes harder. You experience setbacks. You face rejection. You encounter obstacles you never expected. And that excitement fades. This is the moment where most people stop. But this is also the moment where true determination is born. Because when excitement disappears, only commitment remains. And commitment is stronger than motivation. When nobody believes in you, you may feel the urge to prove them wrong. That feeling can be powerful. But it must be used carefully. Do not let anger control your actions. Do not let bitterness become your fuel. Instead, transform that feeling into focused determination. Let every doubt remind you to keep improving. Let every criticism remind you to keep learning. Let every rejection remind you to keep pushing forward. Because the greatest response to doubt is not arguments. The greatest response is results. Imagine someone telling you that your dream is impossible. Imagine them laughing at your goals. Now imagine meeting that same person years later. But this time, everything is different. You are stronger, more confident, more accomplished. And the dream they once mocked has become your reality. That moment will not happen because of luck. It will happen because of thousands of small decisions you made when nobody was watching. The early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices, the discipline. Those moments build success. People often think success happens suddenly. But the truth is that success grows slowly in silence. It grows through daily effort, through patience, through persistence. Then one day, people notice. And they call it an overnight success. But you know the truth. You know the years of work that happened before that moment. So if you want to prove people wrong, do it the right way. Do it through improvement. Do it through growth. Do it through relentless commitment to your goals. Because real success is not just about proving others wrong. It is about proving yourself right. It is about becoming the person you always believed you could be. In every journey, there is a turning point. A moment when the struggle starts to pay off. A moment when the work begins to show results. But that moment rarely happens when people expect it. It usually arrives after a long period of effort. After countless failures. After moments of doubt and exhaustion. This is why patience is so important. Many people give up too early. They quit right before things start to improve. They walk away right before the opportunity appears. But those who persist long enough experience something powerful. Momentum. Momentum changes everything. At first, progress feels slow. Like pushing a heavy stone uphill. Every step requires effort. Every movement feels difficult. But if you keep pushing, something incredible happens. The stone starts to move more easily. Your skills improve. Your confidence grows. Opportunities begin to appear. And suddenly the same path that once felt impossible becomes manageable. That is the power of persistence. It transforms effort into progress. And progress into results. But you must survive the difficult phase. The phase where nothing seems to work. The phase where people doubt you. The phase where quitting feels tempting. If you can push through that phase, you will reach the stage where everything begins to change. Where the work you invested starts producing rewards. Where the skills you built start opening doors. Where the person you became becomes capable of achieving your dream. This moment will not arrive because of luck. It will arrive because you refused to stop. Because you stayed committed when others walked away. Because you believed in yourself when nobody else did. Right now, there is one promise you must make. A promise that will define your future. The promise is simple. Never give up on your own potential. Life will challenge you. People will doubt you. Obstacles will appear. Failure will happen. But none of these things have the power to stop you unless you allow them to. The only true defeat is quitting. As long as you keep moving forward, the story is still being written. As long as you keep trying, the possibility of success still exists. Remember this every morning when you wake up. You do not need everyone's approval. You do not need everyone's support. You do not need everyone to believe in you. You only need one person to believe. And that person is you. Believe in your ability to grow. Believe in your ability to learn. Believe in your ability to overcome challenges. Because belief creates action. And action creates change. Your life will not change overnight. But it will change through consistent effort. Through daily discipline. Through the courage to continue even when the path is difficult. Imagine the person you could become if you refuse to quit. Imagine the goals you could achieve if you stayed committed long enough. Imagine the impact you could make if you developed your full potential. That future is possible. But it requires something from you. It requires effort. It requires patience. It requires resilience. Most importantly, it requires belief. So every morning, remind yourself of this truth. Nobody believed in you. But you believed in yourself. And that belief was enough to change everything.